to be where you are, to be where you to be where you are.
Crypto.
Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's go, baby. I feel like $1 million, baby. Let's go. I actually feel better than that. I feel like a student that just made $1 million. That's the best feeling in the game. When someone else makes gains off your knowledge, baby. Man, when you could teach people to fish, no better feeling in the world. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I'm going to put my favorite song here, Winded. And you might just get winded. All right. Shout out to everybody here. 69,600 for Bitcoin. Let's get that live up and running. Blessings on blessings to be here with the lifers. Make sure I got my collar right. Didn't get the chance to look in the mirror really when I threw on my coat. Okay, let's take a look here. It's not really care. I'm more into what the charts are saying than what I'm looking like. I just threw on a shirt and a coat, man. You know, let's go. I came out on time. It's the universe, baby. You got it. So Bookmap suggests we go lower, 68,005. And I'm going to show you something that did look unsettling today, you know. So Friday night, last night it seems, right? Anyway, I just want to talk about something. In my trading group, we talked about grass. We got into grass when it first came out. Grass was just 60, 70 cents. All right. Then it boomed up. It came up to this 123. And then it went sideways. It looked like a rising wedge that it was about to go parabolic. I've studied all of these things in my life, and I can see what's likely going to happen. Last night, I'm sitting there going through the charts, and my brain is... You guys are paying $3 a day for the most active brain in the game, man. I don't stop. And I'm sitting there, how can I find a gain for my students? Yesterday at 12 p.m., we went over grass. I saw that grass was likely going to break out. I gave you an entry. I gave you a stop loss. I gave you a target. It's a 6-to-1 risk-reward ratio, I believe, on that one. We'll take a look at it when I hit the actual link here. 6-to-1 risk-reward ratio. You were risking 11%. They gained 70%. This thing went up 100% overnight. In 24 hours, there's your before. There's your after. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. There's your before. There is your after. Join the trading group. You would have no idea. You didn't even have to know anything about trading. Entry was right there. It hit the take profit. You would have woken up in gains, had done nothing but touch the buttons. That's it. It can be that simple sometimes. It's not always, but it can be. Shout out to everybody in the trading group who here made gains on grass. And maybe you took some leverage. Maybe you did. And this is spot. You could have made 102% gains on spot. On spot, my friends. All right, on spot. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. This is an unbelievable moment in time that we get to share. And we have all these active, beautiful people that want to change their lives in the same place at the same time. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. I looked at VISTA. I saw it in this rising wedge. It looked very similar. It broke out. I was in the gains. I put 10K in this thing. I was up like $1,000. It came right there and I took out like 200 and then it kind of started to go sideways. I told my team, I'd watch yourself, put some stop losses, and it looks like it may be kind of rolling over now after a massive, massive run up for VISTA. All right. And then virtual. So these are basically the hotter coins that have pumped in the last couple of days, right? Virtuals even pumped for more. And I put it out in this flag. How much did it go up again? Wow, another 68% in the last 24 hours. So coins that are hot are continuing to get hot. Bitcoin's been sideways. All right. I got a perpetual trade open right now. You can see it's up $40, 6%. I only put in $16,600 at 25x leverage. Not a big deal. I highly suggest you don't trade leverage until you know how to trade. I've been trading for at least a long, long time. I made well over $1 million before I even touched leverage in spot. All right. So that's just my story and I'm sticking to it. You could and when I'm saying sticking to it, I mean, I really truly believe leverage is not the answer at the beginning. I think you need to gain some skins in the game when it comes to trading before you decide to start throwing money around in a way that you're not used to. All right. And if you get your emotions running too hot, too fast, it can really destroy you again. And I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking this financial advice, but this is just like personal. Like this is how a human mind works, just be careful. We're going to do our top-down analysis from beginning to end, and we're going to see if there's a reason to stay inside this long. I'm going to move my stop loss to break even and what's happening here in the charts. The 4-hour doesn't look good to me. I see a few things that I'm red flagging here, but let's break it down like we do every single day here. We don't take days off. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and all the way back around. God bless. Good morning. Been buying spot for 3 years, and leverage is still difficult. Yeah. Can go flying. Hidden Mexi soon. Interesting. Can go. And coming to Mexi soon. Okay. Thank you. Made a spot leverage trade. It made about 300. Thank you, Sammy. You're amazing. Awesome, man. God bless you, brother. A few clicks could change your life. Amen. Good morning, Sam. Join the 99 on Thursday. The right decision. Amen. 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 Hey, I'm here every single day. I'm not playing games. I don't say one thing and do another. You won't catch me doing that. I'm going to be as real as I can every single day, giving you guys the sauce on a daily basis. So let's take a look. The weekly. Weekly was strong. We were about to get the strongest weekly close in the history of Bitcoin. We gave it up. We gave it up. And now we got weekly resistance at 71,280. The key area where we must break back above. All right, we got very close. We basically double topped in the wick. Could this be a double top? I'm open-minded. I mean, there's a chance, right? And then you break down to the target. The target of the double top, if it is one, I highly believe it's not, but I'm open-minded to think that it could be. Therefore, if we start to move into the downward direction, I already have a target, 32K, if we do double top here. It technically is a double top. Look at it. It could be a double bottom, right? Kind of look at, will that continue down? It kind of looks like, it does look like a bear flag though, right? A broadening flag that wants to dump. To me, it looks like a bear flag that wants to dump down, you know? Anyway, I like flipping things upside down with Alt-I. It gives me a new perspective, helps me see a bias against what I may have thought already and flipped it. Shout out to Crypto Billy, always supported me. He said I did more this morning than most people do in a week. God bless you, Crypto Billy. The respect you give me is unbelievable. And the fact that you've been through so much and who you are, and the fact that I get respect from a man like you, I must have earned it. I must have earned it. And it's people like you that make me realize I'm on the right track. I'm doing the right thing. And I just got to keep going and listening to God and my family and my good people and the good people in my life. Amen. And my heart and my soul. I listen to my heart and soul. That's what got me here. Nobody told me to start a YouTube channel. Not my father, not my mother, not my sister, not my brother, not my best friend. It was me and God. We were alone in a room one day and I said, man, I want to do this. I want to do something different with my life. Isn't that amazing, right? So, because if you believe in something, it can become real. If you don't believe in something, it can't become real. If you want a life that's amazing, that's something you're creating that's real. If you don't believe your life can become amazing, then it's not going to happen. You need to think you are amazing. You need to believe in yourself. You need to be like, I'm one of the greatest gifts God's ever given to this earth. There's no one like me. I'm unique. I'm different. You are just, there's no one like you. There's nobody like you. No one went through the exact life experiences that you have been through. You have so much to give the world because we all want to hear your story because no one else has it but you. The second you encompass who you are and stop following the herd, you become exactly who God wants you to be. I'm telling you, I'm living that life right now and it feels amazing. There's many nights I'm alone. There's many nights I don't have 1,000 people rooting for me. It feels like, the channel and all that. But when the channel closes, when the curtains are done, when my family goes to sleep, I'm alone many nights. I'm not out partying. I'm not out there. I don't have 1,000 people. Sammy, we love you. It's me. It's the charts. It's my trading group. All right. You go it alone when you become truly successful. People will come along your way. Don't get me wrong. Like Crypto Billy, awesome people have come into my life. But when you take that first real step and you make that change, you'll be like a butterfly that, or a caterpillar that releases out of the cocoon, and you will shed your skin into something different. And people will leave your life and some new people will come into your life. That'll be the process of success. All right. Grass is fueling for another run. Can you do a deep analysis? We will if you do a super chat. Yeah, super chats though, please. Your words of wisdom hit different. You know why words of wisdom hit different? Because I've actually done it. I'm actually living it. I'm not just speaking it. I'm not just running my mouth. You guys see it on a daily basis, every single day, constantly. And you've watched me evolve from the hoodie kid that got into cake 4 years ago to where I am today in a gated community and living in Florida, the place I told you I was going to move to when this all began. All right. Anyway, who cares? I don't want to be rude and some people hate on it, but don't hate, be great is my new thing. You want to hate on someone else that's wasting your energy. Right now, I plan on making 100 mil in the next 2 years. My net worth will be 100 million in 2 years. Okay. That's my goal. That's going to put a lot of pressure on me. I got to make it happen. Okay. What's your plan? What are your goals? What are your dreams? Write them down. Envision them. Manifest. They should be way bigger than something you think you can achieve. They should scare the shiza out of you. I'm telling you right now, if your dreams don't make normal people laugh, they are just not big enough, my friend. You know how many people just, when I said 100 mil, probably like, oh. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. Because that's the type of dreams that I have. Dreams that don't make sense to the normal person. All right? Let's go. And I don't apologize to anybody, all right, for my high standards. Don't apologize for having high standards. High standards create, basically high results. If you believe that you can hit a higher round, then you will. Let's get back into the charts. But your mentality is so much more. All right. Don't hate, appreciate. I like that. Yeah, and if you want to become a multimillionaire, hang out with one. You know what I mean? Hang out with one. All right. So the weekly, I didn't like to see that rejection. Wasn't amazing. Now we had to barely see if we can hold, and then we also lost this one too. We lost like two resistance points. I mean, we're hanging above it. We're hanging above these two candles here, just barely though. And that's, what is that? Where did that candle open? Yeah, 69,650. Like we're right there. Like we're there. We lose that. I mean, I don't see how we don't come and test 68,000, right? We lose 68,000. You're looking at a 66.65 area, right? So this is the weekly areas that you need to pay attention to. All I'm really looking for is a close above 69.5 would be nice. It looks like it's going to be hairy though. We can't really see if that's going to happen or not. The odds are not huge. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? You are who you hang with, amen. Yeah, should listen to, because his trading skill is just 1/3 of what it takes. Get 1/3 and the other 2/3 here each day in the 99. 100%, because you can get skills in trading, but is that going to make you the most successful pro? Like, you want 7 streams of income. Trading is just one, right? You got to build yourself, develop who you are so people will read a book about you. Then you can sell the book. See what I'm saying? Like, invest in yourself so people will invest in you when they read your book. Cheers for the tip, Sam. Here's ones for you. Who said grass is bad for you? Shout out to Taipan with the 50. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for the $50, brother. Amen. I'm happy people made some gains and they're spreading the wealth here. Thank you for that super chat. May God bless you. So and that wick isn't amazing, right? Wicks to the downside aren't great, right? They represent sell pressure, period. You look at the 3-day and you kind of gave it all back immediately. But let's take a look at the 3-day. The 3-day is hugging a beautiful $69,000 support zone. That could end up making kind of where we bounce from here. So so we have a new resistance on the 3-day at 72,900. A 3-day candle closed higher than any 3-day candle in the history of Bitcoin. These are bullish signs, right? And we came down, but look, we're already kind of starting to see if we could bounce. Previous resistance becomes support. So, and I'm getting rid of the weekly right now just because, not as important. There's more, but we got to understand where the weekly, I write the weekly things down. You got to write them down so you know where they are. So you don't forget them while you're doing the smaller time frame. So the 3-day could get a bounce here. It closes in 2 days and 11 hours. We just closed this candle yesterday. It's not bearish engulfing. The bears couldn't get the whole candle, but it's pretty bearish. Let's take a look at the daily, and the daily had to pull back. We were away from what? The 21-day moving average. This one was kind of, and we could see this one because we got very overbought at one point, and you could see there was even bearish divergence on the daily. Let me clarify this and show you. This does swing up, but this swings up way harder. It's a class B, or even class C bearish div, but it is a bearish div nonetheless. If this line continues and this line continues and they will hit each other, that's divergence. Understand, it's not what you were traditionally taught if you went to school, trading school, and someone taught you divergence. I kind of did my own thing. I didn't listen to what everyone else said. I looked at the markets are always changing and evolving. So people will tell you what's happening, but you got to have kind of your own basis. Like someone can tell you how to go into war, but you got to figure out kind of, yeah. Yeah, virtual is not going loco. No. It went loco, maybe, you know what I mean? You can see here, there's another flag here though for virtuals. Let's take a look here if it's going to continue. Just reading that comment there, I see what you're saying. It's high risk at this point. It's been fluctuated, but it's above the 200 MA. As long as it stays above a 200 on the 1 hour, it tells you that the trend is intact to the upside. You can almost do this, right? And you can see that it may be making a flag like this, and this thing could go on some parabolicness. Now, don't focus on coins that you didn't get into at the beginning and get FOMO. I usually, but remember what you saw and see if you can replicate that again. So don't beat yourself up when you miss. Just tell yourself there's a chance. Virtuals looks like it could continue here. We looked at this the other day. A coin looked, grass kind of looks somewhat similar. So you want to get this bounce. Now, if you can, so here's the deal. An aggressive entry is right now for virtual. But if it can come up and go sideways, that maybe even a safer entry is there because it tells you there's, if it breaks up and retest, that's safe. That's a little safer. That's aggressive. But they're all possible entries here for virtual. And if it can kind of keep this trajectory, let me take a look at the bigger time frame here. 4 hours says it's going to come back down or at least go sideways or play games here. 8 hour has some legs, but not amazing. The daily's getting oversold again after, when this goes down, but you kind of come back up. I mean, that's a very bullish sign. So the daily says you got legs, which tells me that the smaller time frames are worth paying attention to. That could be an aggressive entry right now. Maybe one of the best. 42 cents for virtuals. The thing was just 7 cents. It did a 6x. All right, in 2 weeks. Virtuals. We actually knew about it because we found it on token metrics in my trading group. If every single week you go over my token metric list, you would have found virtual. Now, did I know it was going to be the one? No. And did I miss it? Yeah, I didn't catch it. I wish I had. But at least we know what's hot now. And what I do is we can always swing trade these things for gains. I mean, there's a nice 124% gain still coming. Remember, it just started. Market cap is very, very tiny. And this thing is rolling. So Virtual's protocol, what I do now here is we're going to put this, and sorry, I did interrupt the Bitcoin update. But it must be important, right? There must be a reason. Everything happens for a reason. If I switch, there's something going on, all right? So we look at Virtual here, USDT. And remember, what have I done too? To be consistent every single day is more than just being mentally consistent. Like today, I don't have any horrible ailments, right? I didn't get sick last night. I don't have reoccurring migraines or anything. You know what I mean? For whatever reason in my life, I'm able to wake up every single day for thousands of days straight and feel really good. Of course, there's some days I might be a little up or down. My mindset may not be perfect, but I'm pretty good at clearing it out within the first 20, 30 minutes and getting myself back on track to see kind of where I'm at. Sam, I made 3 out of 14 yesterday trading with a $5,000 account. Your class yesterday made me a better trader this week. I know what to look for now. 100% you do. I knew my class was going to help you, man. That's why I tell everyone to take the class. There's too many people here shilling garbage. Probably 90% of the people shilling garbage. So when I have a really good class worth watching, people don't believe it. They just don't believe it. Bitcoin taking a beat down, 69,460. And it just doesn't look good to me. Let's get back in to BTC. All right. So the daily, struggling at this key level. If it loses this level, you're going to drop pretty fast to 60,600. You can see that's going to be your next level. I'm like 90% positive that's likely going to happen. All right. Congrats, meet Damien. That's awesome, man. Yeah. And that's why I show up every single day. Someone will benefit from me showing up every day. Not only will my business and my life benefit, but someone else will too as well. Someone will make gains. Someone will learn. Someone will get educated. Someone will get inspired. You show up every day to help others. That's how you unlock everyone else's freedom. See, I was listening to Jim Rohn, and he goes, you unlock other people by showing up. And I was like, what does he mean? He goes, well, if you show up every single day, they believe they can. You pass them the keys. You tell them it's okay to be free. Look, I quit my old job, stopped my old job, started my YouTube channel, went my own way, and look where I'm at today. So I inspired you to quit your job, right? It's unspoken. I don't even need to say it. I just need to keep showing up. And you say, well, he doesn't work for a living for someone else. He does what he wants. He lives his dreams. Then I should live mine. Why shouldn't I live my dreams, right? So when you live your dreams, you basically give permission to others to live theirs. You unlock them. You hand them the key. You say, look what I did. You said you can too. You said there's no reason why you can't, right? 8 hours very oversold. I will tell you that. And there's this hidden bullish divergence, which keeps me kind of on the limb here. That's why I opened up the long in the first place, the hidden bullish. So 3 days attempt, 3 days also a little overbought here. And we've had a multiple run up. What if we do have to get, and we're a little far away from the 3 day to 21. The 3 day says we could get a nasty crash somewhere back down to 65,000 before a run up one more time. I don't want to tell you that's guaranteed to happen. I'm just telling you that it's starting to show up. Listen, I'm not someone that tells you what's going to happen. I don't have an influence on my head and mind. I'm very good at just interpreting what the charts say, and I have years of data on it. So when I tell you something, I'm just interpolating data. You're just getting, it's like a meteorologist. I'm just telling you, hey, most of the time, the hurricane will bend this way when we have barometric pressure below this level. Very similar. When I was watching the meteorologist during the hurricanes, they reminded me of myself. I'm like, this is very similar, in some ways, because we don't know what's going to happen, but we have very high probability on what's likely going to happen based on years of data. All right? And we can say, well, that's irregular. That doesn't normally happen. This normally occurs. Like this hidden bullish divergence normally breaks to the upside. Normally you break this high before you'll break this low. Happens 99 out of 10 times. So the likelihood of it happening are higher because I've seen it. Now you wouldn't know that because if you didn't have the data, how the heck would you know that? You wouldn't. That's how someone who's been in the market longer than someone else has an edge in the market. All right. It's just our years of data. I just know more than you. I'm not smarter than you. And I tell everyone the markets are very similar to a forest. Say there's a forest with booby traps, different animals, leaves you don't eat. And let's just say you lived in that forest for 20 years and I just walked in. I would start walking around and I would probably get myself into some trouble. And you'd say, oh, don't eat those leaves. Oh, don't go near those vines. Oh, that's quicksand over there. And you would know so much about the forest because you'd been there for so long. Of all the pitfalls, all the things that can happen, all the dangers. That's the same as me. I've been in the forest for a long time, man. I'm still here. Not many people make it this far as me. Most people don't. All right? That's a fact. And so that because there would be 100 YouTube, crypto livers. We'd be everywhere. And there's really not that many of us. There's like 20 of us. Eric Crown, Jason Casper, live traders that dedicate themselves, 5 to 7 days a week. Tom Crown, Eric Crown, me, Casper, Mitch Ray. There's like 20 of us, man. There's other people that are TA guys, but they don't do it like we do on a daily basis with the live stream, and it's not the same. So anyway, nice flag of the 10-hour time frame. Looks interesting to be. 8-hour also looks like it could kind of save the day here. The 4-hour is rolling over. When I look at the 4-hour, I start to get some, head and shoulder type vibes. And even here, I'm going to show you on the 1-hour how, and it looks like it's rolling over. You had a low, you had a spike, but you had a lower high. You had a double bottom, but now you have a lower high again. It's telling me we're either going to put in a triple bottom or a lower low, right? And it's starting to kind of it's starting to be a bit of a symmetrical triangle, right? And that's a 50-50 shot. These mainly break to the downside when I see them break down too as well. We could extend this trend line and it kind of goes right to the trend. So Bitcoin could break out. It will have a little bit of support right there. 68,260. So Bitcoin's either going to break down and probably hit the 68,286 level or break out of this symmetrical triangle. And I feel like it would push all the way back up to 718, but the measured move is 71,200, right? So this is what you see, and these mainly break down. And you can see a bit of a rollover here below the medium average. The 4-hour doesn't look strong. It doesn't. Let's be honest here. Sammy, I made 314 yesterday trading with a $5,000 account. Your client. God bless you, man. Brother, I'm short on TIA. What do you think? What it's going? Do whatever you want. There's a big unlock. Everyone's going to short it. I'm just long on that for the next 6-7 months. Yeah. You remind me of KRS-One. Hope that you take that as a compliment. I love KRS-One. Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone, man. That was what it stands for. Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. A lot of people don't even know that's what KRS-One stands for. Who here knew what KRS-One stands for? Or who here just learned? Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. I studied rap for a long time. I was a conscious rapper. I have a conscious rap album right now on iTunes if you want to check it out. Where I just pick the world, talk about my life, and you get a little bit more about who I am. Sam Price, Life Elixir, check it out on Spotify. All right. I do. You think I'm joking? Someone just spit out their coffee. He has a rap album on Spotify. The guy is like a finance nerd. But I've been many people in my life, and I've played many roles. And I've learned many things. And I've been in New York City 20 years. I was around millions of people. You know how many people I met more than someone in a small city? You know how many people skills I have? You know how many times I've been around the block 1,000 times, man. I'm 42 years old. Spent 20 years in New York City. That will be, that's a lifetime. Go spend 20 years in New York City. That is a lifetime compared to most other places because you will interact with so many more people. You'll have so many more interactions. You'll learn so much about people. It'll blow your mind. That is the difference. That's what you get by living in New York City. You gain that benefit of having so many people around you that you know a little more about people. You've had way more interactions with humans than most people because you live in a city with more humans. All right. Everyone should spend at least 5 years in New York City. You'll learn so much. You will learn so much about yourself and about the human race. Right? Just gained a subscriber. God bless Van Crow. I love you, man. You know why they make sidewalks? Because the streets aren't for everybody. You're so funny, man. But God bless everybody here on the live. Always a bug biting you here in Florida. So look at what I'm seeing here on the 1 hour time frame. Let's just be honest. So we're watching this kind of, tight triangle. Stochastics are low. Maybe, you got a higher low. But doesn't it look like like a head and shoulder pattern? Don't we see a shoulder, a head, and a bit of a shoulder? Almost like two shoulders. It has a head and shoulder vibe. It looks very likely we're going to head down to about 68,286. And then if you look here, that's where Bookmap suggests that we're going. We're going down to 68,400. So I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I can show you what's likely going to happen. And it's telling us that we're likely going to get a bit of a drop to the downside. But you're long, Sam. Why are you still long? Somebody would ask. Well, because I've been in the long for so long and it's covered, right? So it doesn't really I can't lose that much. I didn't put too much, The vicious creatures. There be dragons. You're funny, yeah. We have dragonflies like the size of this. We have giant dragonflies here. One got caught the other night. I opened up my thing and a dragonfly flew in. And then we closed it and we went out. And then when I came to throw the trash away, he was in there and he was hitting the ceiling. I felt so bad. I was like, I got to let him out. So I opened up the garage door and I spent 5 minutes in I was just after the stream and I'm sitting there trying to get him out. He's afraid of me. Every time I go near him, he's super smart. He goes way away from me. And he's like, but I got it. And I'm trying to wave him out. Eventually he hid underneath something. Then he would go around. Then he got covered in dust. Then he was upside down on top of my car and he couldn't move. It was and I thought he was dead. Then I was like, if I can grab by the wing and just place him. So I went to him, but next thing you know, he flew up again. He hit the ceiling. He was all over the place. And then I was like, I had to give up, man. I spent 20 minutes trying to save this thing. I wasn't going to leave him in there because I knew he would die in there if I left him in the hot garage overnight, and then he wouldn't eat any of his bugs. And he was big, beautiful specimen. And so I fought so hard to get him out. I eventually left the door open and I left. I came back and he was gone, and I don't know if he fell and died in the corner or if he made it out. I hope he made it out. But I'm pretty sure it did. It's making a W pattern. What did he look like again? You're so funny, man. Did Bookmap have any liquidity above us too? Oh my goodness, the dragonfly is after a lawnmower. Those critters are carnivorous. Are they really carnivorous? No. Imagine if bugs are 6 feet tall. We'd be doomed in Florida. Why do we always think animals are male? Yeah, maybe it was a woman. I don't know. I see what you're saying. You know why? Because it comes from humans. I'm going to tell you why we think animals are male. It's because I was describing a situation, and we come from watching car races and sports, and usually it's a guy. And he's like, he's moving fast, he's moving left, he's right, Not many people watch as much women's sports, So you're in turn already to say he, because that's what you've heard your whole life. So when I thought about the dragonfly moving around, he's bopping and weaving because that's what I've heard my whole life. Okay. It makes sense. It's the preconditioned notion of the human mind, right? We're all programmed in some way, shape, or form. Every time we use even a sentence or a language, it comes from some origin in which we've been programmed, right? So this looks like a head and shoulder pattern that looks like we could definitely break to the downside. All right, I just have to be honest. All right. At the same time, I still got a long open because I'll play with the Tutoring here in the 1 hour. If we get above it and stay above it, then we're gonna be okay. No matter how strange this looks. I know that sounds weird, right? So I can't tell you what's going to happen today. I can tell you that I'm still long. And if we can get back above 69.8, we can use that as support and probably boom back up to 71,260. However, the odds are very more likely we're going to get rejected here and slump to the downside. And we'll have to probably switch into a short. So, good morning, bro. Great to see you, man. Shout out to all the bees in here. What are all those bees? I had a bat in my house one night. I stayed up till 2 a.m. and I finally caught it with a bucket against the wall. Fun times. Wow. Hey, Sam, I don't need to have an open position on weeks for the giveaway. I'm no native. I don't get it. Let's talk about it. We're doing an iPhone. We're giving away an iPhone, which is awesome. So win an iPhone 16 Pro Max. Share your week's official success rules. Be signed up to Crypto Lifer official weeks link. All right. Like and repost this tweet. Reply with your shared P&L poster, a reason why you love trading on weeks, and the hashtag weeks. The winner will be selected, all right, on Monday, all right? So you have all weekend to do this, all right? I'll be the first to do it to see how you enter. I love trading on weeks because we have an amazing relationship. I post my P&L. You know what I mean? Boom. He goes, I tried, but I think we broke it. Excited to try it out again and see if it behaves better than the other plays we use. I take summers off as far as trading goes. Too much to get done in the short, empty summers. But now that it's snowing, I'll be back in short order. Great platform, fast execution on trades, easy to use. See that? Weeks. He did it. All right. But wait, I think hold on. Yeah, so to be signed up, like and repost the tweet too, though. So you got to repost the tweet as well. All right. Check the rules. So keep it going. You're going to, an iPhone 16 Pro Max, and they were going to hand it to me, but we decided to give it to you guys. I'm being honest. They were like, Sam did so good, we're going to hand him a new phone. And I said, I'd like to give it to the community, man. So I just want to let that be known. Actually, my team made that decision. They're like, Sam doesn't need the phone. But we just want to let you know we're always here for you guys. We love you guys. We care about you. We think about you. My life is going well. You guys can benefit from that. Okay. So sign up to Weeks. All right. If you're already signed up, post your P&L poster. A reason why you love trading on Weeks with the hashtag Weeks. The winner will be selected on Monday. All right. So jump on in today. I'll post a link there too for you guys to make it simple, easy in the chat. And this is like the biggest thing I've ever done. I don't think I've ever given away something like that. So check it out. All right. And find out more there at Crypto Lifer. All right. Does someone have experience with Solana phone? Billy, you're probably man enough to let the mosquitoes eat you. The depths of your charity, man. It's so funny. If you have a home in Florida, your responsibility to buy mosquito dunk cakes to control mosquito population. Simple and natural, and you don't need to smell like citronella all the time. Mosquito dunk cakes. What are those? You know what I do is whenever I have an issue, I get real. You know what's interesting is they weren't bad last few months. Slow release mosquito dunks. Okay. Responsible solutions. Interesting. Before they're old enough to bite for organic production. Interesting. A mosquito dunk looks like a small beige donut, which floats on standing water. As the dunk slowly dissolves, it releases a bacterium which is toxic to all species of mosquitoes larvae. Each dunk kills mosquitoes larvae for 30 days or more. Approved for use in organic production. Each dunk contains up to 100 square feet of water or depth. Right? Use mosquito dunks in any standing water, including rain barrels, bird baths, tree holes, elevator shafts, planter reservoirs, rain gutters, etc. Interesting. All right, thank you. I never knew about that. So we'll get that going. All right, so back into BTC here on this Saturday morning. I'm a little all over the place. So I'm still on the long, right? It's flat, and it's likely we're going to roll over, in my humble opinion. This looks like a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, as funky as it looks. And once you lose the 200 MA, and this is a symmetrical triangle, which mainly breaks to the downside. And then you had all this time to break above. And look, even this looks like a head and shoulder now. If I go to the 15, I think I see one there. That's head and shouldery. That's got some shoulder, right? Looks like we're going to dump to the downside, everybody. I'd be very, very careful. Here's the deal. Smart move the smart move right now is to exit my long. All right. And I'm going to tell you why, which I'm going to do. And I've been in this long since last night. I think it was up $100 at one point. It's up $5. What I'll do whenever I'm just disinterested, I'll move the stop loss to like basically nothing. You know what I mean? And I'll basically be like, all right, hit me off, find out. And let me explain why. I like where we're sitting on the 15. And so if we break above the 15-minute, I'll long, right? Look, we faked it there, and I'll take it. And if it's a fake out, fine. I'd rather get stopped out in the fake out because sometimes it could be a huge move, like this one. That was magnanimous. We broke above the 15, and that was it. All you had to know was, so that's why every time we break the 15, I get in. Sometimes you get stopped out, but if you hit 1 out of 6 of them, it'll be such a gain, you'll never think about it again. You'll do it over and over again. The euphoria of the win of the 200, if you listen to me and you do it, but again, I don't know how many people actually listen to me, so Trading's funny. A lot of people have to feel their own pain first. They can't find pain from someone else. Yeah. So it's looking like we're going to roll over to the downside, everybody. You know, there's a level here too of 69,000 that we may attempt to hold, but to me, I see 68,300 coming, and it looks to me like we're going to roll over. You know, I could be wrong. There's a chance that we kind of come up here, we break this 200, we bounce, and we zoom up here. If that happens, I'll see us break above the 15, and I'll find a flag on the 1 or the 5, and we'll take it to the upside. I know exactly how to long this if I need to long it in case, so I won't miss that pump, but it's likely we're coming down. I'll be back tonight to kind of explain what could happen. Shout out to anyone that got into grass and made over 100% in my trading group. I'm telling you, man, in one night you made 100%. And it's $3 a day for my trading group. There's going to be more and more and more and more of this type of stuff because the market's going to get frothier and frothier. It's going to get a lot less difficult to make these types of gains. They're going to be flying all around the place. I'm going to keep you guys privy. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to hit every single thing that hits. But I'm going to have a net. It's like, think of all the coins coming. There's a bunch of birds in this, or a bunch of little bugs in the sky, dragonflies. And I got a net. I'm going to catch at least 80% of them for you, and you're not going to have to do anything but pay $3 a day. I work 7 days a week. I'm hyperactive in the brain. You're paying for a hyperactive brain, a guy that's been in the markets for 17 years. I'm telling you right now, I'm giving this stuff away. Like, I should charge $500 a month and only have a small group. So God knows that I'm also, you know, I'm giving a bit of this away. There's a charity involved in what I do because I don't overcharge, man. I have a class in there that people are charging $2,000 for. I'm telling you right now, man, it'll blow your mind. Jump on in today, get yourself going. It'll be the fastest you can elevate yourself. I know it for a fact because I elevate myself at a high level. If you hang out with me, that's what's going to happen, period. All right? The worst is when you enter a trade and then start join a stream. Sam says it's going the other way. You, for some reason, don't close your trade and wait for the 15 to do what he said and get stopped out. The worst is when you enter a trade, then join the stream. Sam says it's going the other way. You, for some reason, don't close your trade and wait for the 15 minute to do what he said. Yeah, I'm so confused. Yeah. I'm so confused. Yeah. Yeah, so it could go either way. Like I'm telling you, I've chosen to put a stop loss because it's likely going to drop. And I know that I don't like losing money. Look, I just got hit off right there. Okay. If it gets back above the 15 minute, I can take the long. Right now, the short is in control. That's a head and shoulder pattern. You can see it. They're telling you what's going to happen. You can not listen. It's up to you. They just told you there's a 68% chance of this going to the downside. They told you to your face. All right. Now, whether you want to listen or not, now if they decide to rip it, they'll cross the 200. That's the picture. Picture this like a burglar trying to get at you. Price action. But the burglar leaves clues. The second he enters your house, an alarm goes off. The second they try to flip bullish, they're going to go off. They're going to pass. They're going to cross your alarm, which is the 200 MA. When they cross that alarm, you can be like, You guys, so they can't flip bullish until they cross that yellow line. Same as they can't flip bearish till they cross the yellow line. That's why I know when they cross that yellow line, that's time to be bear. Look at that. Had you shorted the break above the 15 minute on the 200, you'd be in massive gains. Had you shorted break below the 200, you'd be in massive gains. Right? That sport code is 670. Feeling good, looking good, doing good. Appreciate you, brother. My wife bought this at Bloomingdale's, man. This thing is a very expensive coat, I'll tell you that. But man, God bless her. I used to go to Bloomingdale's. My mom used to go to like Lord and Tail, and there was a Bloomingdale's near where we would go, and it was in a very rich neighborhood, and we would only go every once in a while. My mom would buy herself something nice here and there, and I never went into Bloomingdale's in my life. You know what I mean? I would look at it and be like, wow. And I knew all the rich people shop there. Like I knew it was above me. Like, I'll be honest, like there's classes in America, and like I was like a Gap and an Abercrombie guy, I guess. But even Abercrombie was like a little too much for me because I didn't grow up upper middle class. I grew up, lower to middle class. And then, my life got better as my dad changed, things got better for us. But when we grew up basically lower class, when I grew up, we were lower middle class. And by the time my parents died, we were probably almost closer to middle upper class, because my dad and my mom had hustled so much and had really, really invested their money, done a lot of smart moves with what they had. My mom was a school teacher that ended up worth like 3.5 mil. And she was a school teacher, man. My dad was an iron worker. They were both blue collar, man, hardworking people. They grinded really hard, So anyway, Sideways price action, you're in a symmetrical triangle that could break down either way. You have a shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. You have a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. That's a downtrend right there, right? And so, you know, the bears are starting to say, hey, and then you had resistance. You could just not break back above 69,008. So there's a lot of bearish tones here telling me we're going to roll over. And this is like a rounded top, too. Rounded bottoms do not pay the bills, man. That thing looks ugly. I see a move down somewhere to 68,280. I could be wrong. Amen. Yeah. All my nice shirts had the little hole in them where you had to tear it around the alarm device. You're so funny, man. Dump till the election. Yeah, my parents would never steal from a store. My dad would like take the price and put it on a different thing. You know what I mean? Like he'd go to like TJ Maxx and he'd see something for like $8 and he'd peel off the price and he'd stick it on something. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. But my parents they weren't like, if I ever stole something, they would be very pissed. Like they weren't cool with it. You know what I mean? They weren't cool with it. They made it very clear to me that stealing was not okay. I had a very young age too. I stole Pogs from a store and I told my older sister and she marched me back to that store. Didn't even tell my mom. She walked me back to that store and I had to tell them that I stole it and give it back. And I remember feeling so horrible, man. But she's like, he has something to say. And I'm like, I took this from the store. I want to give it back to you guys. Like, anyway, all my parents would have smashed me. I stole when I was 18, 25, not proud. Amen. Yeah. I was never good at doing things grimy. Like anytime I did something grimy, I got so nervous. So like, it didn't work out for me, man. You know, it just didn't. I tried cheating on tests and I'd always get too nervous that halfway through the cheating, it just did like I had to do the periodic tables. They were really hard to remember. So what I did is I took a pen and I taped them around the pen. You see what I mean? Like 2 atoms plus 1. So like I didn't have to memorize them. Then I took a water bottle and I put the periodic table around the water bottle and then left that slight so I could look through the water bottle, and I kept the water bottle on my desk. And I'm looking and I can read the periodic table while I did some stuff like that, but I never did. I wasn't that good at it. And I usually abandoned I had all these awesome ways to cheat. And when it was time to do it, I would always freaking just completely, I would just lose it. I would lose it. You know what I mean? God was always watching me, man. He had a plan for me. I know that from the very beginning. Like, because anytime I did anything really grimy or even God would slap me. And then I see people get away with so many things. And I was like, and I used to be upset. How come they get to get away with all that? And I don't. But I realized as I got older, because God had a plan for me. And he was teaching me early so that I went the right way. I just laughed so hard at the water bottle, right? Look, we're not knowing the periodic table got you. You're noble yourself. Yeah, I know, right? So, and it is a Saturday. There's a good chance we go sideways. And you know what? It's not all bearish, right? We could get a bounce here and make a nice boom out. It's not all bearish. It's kind of sideways today. But it's looking more bearish than bullish, all right, if I had to call it. I'll be back tonight. We'll kind of see where we're at. Where will you be tonight? I like to put a box where we'll be tonight and see how close I can get to price action. Last 2 times I did it, we were in the box exactly, right? I think I forgot to do it last week. So what I do is we take a shift here and we look at where we'll be tonight. And the stream will be at 8:30, right? That's 6. 8 is at 20, right? Yeah, because 12 plus 8 is 20. So that will be 8 o'clock right there. Basically, we're in the middle of that circle. So there's like 8 o'clock right there. So where will we be tonight when we show up? I mean, the chart suggests we'll be lower. So it would behoove me to make my box lower based on probability. Why does it not let me there we go. It looks to me like we'll be somewhere right here on this line. Like we'll have come down, go on up, we'll be like right somewhere in this box. I'll try to make it smaller because I don't want it. If I make it huge, it's like, of course you got it in the box. So it looks like we'll be somewhere there when I show up tonight at 8:30. All right. I hope we're here. But it looks more likely, what I hope and feel and dream doesn't really matter, right? I hope we're up here. I feel, you know what I mean? But it's likely we're somewhere here, maybe even lower. So prepare yourself for the day. I'm giving you guys everything I can so you guys can be ready for what's happening. I have 17 years of trading experience and technical analysis experience just handed to you right now. So you do what you want. If you're in my trading group, you would have made 100% on grass last night in one night. I'm just saying, like I am, dusting my shoulders off a bit here. But may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. And if you made the trade, the lever trade too, you would have just got stopped at a break even now on the directive there. So it is what it is. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. One last thing I want to talk about is jump on into my Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. Okay? Well, you can win an iPhone 16 Pro Max. Share your week's experience success. So be signed up to the Crypto Lifer Weeks link. Like and repost this tweet. You got to like and repost and reply with your shared PNL poster, a reason you love trading on Weeks, and the hashtag Weeks. The winner will be selected on Monday. All right? So iPhone 16 Pro Max, man, it's pretty awesome. I mean, you get the big one. I've always had the big phone. I got the Max. It's nice when you're trading because you want to see as much as you can. I started using Maxes a long time ago. If you're not huge, like 6'5", like me, I don't have huge hands. It's not like the easiest, but you'll use it. And then I got rid of the wallet. I stopped bringing the wallet around because you had the wallet and then you had the phone and then you had the keys. Everyone needs the wallet, phone, and the keys, right? But dude, we just need the wallet. And I got one of these sticky wallets. I ordered them online and I stuck them to the back of the phone. I got a nice leather one, so it's, and it still charges wirelessly too through it, so it's no worries. And I just keep the main credit card, my business credit card that I need, and my ID. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's it. Nothing else needed. And it's just so easy. So on a regular basis, I got, I'm strapped up. I got my keys, and all I need is this. It's so awesome. Get rid of the wallet, man, and just do the stick phone wallet because you're going to have your phone anyway. And then you can use Apple. You can put phones in your Apple card, and most people take, And so, just talking to my buddy, he said, life moves so fast, man, And I was like, we'll be 60 soon, The fold is clutch for trading and multitasking. When will Apple join the hype? The fold is nice. And some, MPLX had it the other day. My man, Team MJPX, right? And he had it out there, and I was like, man, that thing is hot at dinner, So there you go. Bitcoin just dropped. And, if you didn't listen, you're going to take a loss, right? So it's up to you, though. You do whatever makes you happy. That's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, man. That thing looks ugly as heck. That's very likely to drop down to 68,200. All right. So everybody's telling you we're going up. Everybody tells you this is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I look at the charts, man. Stop listening to crypto Twitter and all these random people that tell you what you want. That's not what you want. All right. All right. And if you really want to get to the next level, type in Jordan Maxwell and you'll never be the same. Anyway, God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll catch you guys tonight at 8 p.m. We'll go over the charts again, have a blast. And remember, I will be moving some live streams to my Sam Price channel, where I'm going to be doing just motivational live streams. I'm going to build a channel that is, more into my life and what I'm doing, because that's the brand, right? I love crypto, and don't get me wrong, but as crypto evolves, I need to evolve too as well. And so look out for that. I want to get into that. We're going to find that out. And I got one issue. I made the account and forgot how to sign into it, which is really strange. It's a long story when you have people that work for you and don't do things correctly, and then it gets all messed up. So anyway, I love you. I appreciate you all. Be careful. We could get a bounce. You never know. There's a lack of volume, so it's good. We usually don't get a fall through bearishly. We usually don't get a fall through bullishly. Usually it's pretty sideways, especially after the week. We had such a lot that happened. So everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I will see you tonight at 8 p.m. May God bless each and every one of you, and just, share your light, love, and happiness with everyone that you can. The world needs it. Live in love. And remember, you can, you will, you are the best. You got this. I became a multimillionaire. You can too. I used to dream on a night shift and wear the same pants every day. My dad didn't give me a dime. No, I had a good family, but no one handed me $100 grand and said, hey, Sam, make your account. You got this. That didn't happen to me. It started with $500 that I saved, then $1,000. You know, you have to save. If you can't save money, you're useless, and all you're going to have is excuses, Jadakiss. You know what I mean? Everybody, I love you. I will see you tonight at 8 p.m. May God bless each and every one of you. And keep being real, keep being amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Your time creates this show. You dedicate your time, I dedicate my knowledge. We form that bond. I love you all. Have a great night, great day. Wherever you are in the world, I'll see you tonight or tomorrow morning, wherever it is for you. But 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless.